There's no better investment than investing in children.
In 3 years running, we've graduated 100% of the children that have worked through our program in our residential programs.
From Peggy Harris throughout the organization, it's a group of people that really are into what they're doing with their heart and soul.
This little African-American child wandering around Allegheny streets right after the Civil War, and no one would take her in because of the color of her skin. Hence started the Home for Colored Children. And from there, it went on to merge and to become the agency it is today.
In the 1970s, we like to believe that we led the community-based movement, which was to move children out of institutional care into community-based care.
We were the early pioneers for group homes. I set up, by 1970, had set up 8 group homes almost.
I think the historical relevance of who they chose to serve and carrying that mission throughout the generations, that when you empower the most disempowered, that you're able to move forward to help all people.
Three Rivers Youth provides a kind of service and a mix of service that is absolutely essential.
Not only are we serving children in out-of-home care, but we are serving children in their own homes. So to that end, we are working with families who are in crisis. They're looking for parenting skills. They're looking for support. And so we have a team of therapists and workers that do that work every day in families' homes.
That's the magic of what Three Rivers Youth does, is it works with the kid and the parents and tries to get that back together again.
Consistency, dependability, the highest of standards, that is how we can best describe the services that Three Rivers Youth provides.
The critical and most transformative thing that people can engage in their lives is continuing education.
With education, you can and you will be able to do good things and positive things in your life.
And Three Rivers Youth, to me, provides a path for those youth who, for unfortunate reasons, had challenges thrown at them that they didn't create themselves. And Three Rivers Youth provides them sort of a blueprint and a road to show how success can be reached.
You may have been served this particular hand at this particular time in your life, but do not let this hand dictate for the rest of your life.
Three Rivers Youth has been an outstanding United Way agency for a very long time. It's had a great tradition of very strong executive directors. I've had an opportunity to work with each of them and know that they're extraordinary. They're premier directors of a really outstanding organization.
And I think it's the leadership of this organization that sets it apart from other organizations. It is really run like a business, which is so unusual for people who run nonprofits to really understand what they need to have happen in terms of figures to make that organization work.
It's very well run, so it's a group of people who obviously are good at what they do, but it's also a group of people who really care about what they do.
Peggy brings the business piece as well as the heart piece to this organization. And Three Rivers Youth has done very well in stewarding its resources.
The credibility that Three Rivers Youth has sustained over the years has made them one of the leaders in child protective services.
The United Way is very much focused on disadvantaged youth at this time. Because Three Rivers Youth is successful, what we see are greater numbers of youth moving from the child welfare system to be employed or complete their education, their secondary education, or go beyond secondary education to training or even college. And this means that they're on a very positive path and they're going to contribute back to this community.
So these could have been children who might, not for our work and intervention, not been here, who could have been dead, who could have been in jail now, who could have been anywhere. And so, we're saving lives.
And so they're not sitting there saying, oh, thank you for all you did for me. That happens years later when they come back and they have that perspective to realize what we did and what they did here.
The girl came by and she said, "Don't you remember me?" Now, I am getting a little older. I'm trying to remember somebody 20 years back. And then she said, "I was the one that ran away all the time and you kept on bringing me back." Next day she came by with a handsome young man. She said, "This is my son. This is one that you told me I had to take care of." And she says, "He's entering college this fall."
We had a young man recently. He was homeless, and we worked with him to help him get enrolled in community college, and he's now there. He just received a scholarship from us, and actually through Duquesne Light, actually. And we're just really proud that we're able to be part of his success. Most times when people are making an investment, people are looking for a return on their dollar. And I think we are able to quantify what we do with the dollars that have been invested in this organization.
Given its track record, I think it'll continue to grow and develop. It probably will have programs that we don't envision today, but I think it's going to keep that attitude of we're not going to give up on kids, we're going to give them what they need no matter what it takes.
This is not a business where you come to work and you get rich. It's a business where you have to have a sense of commitment. That this is what you want to do because you want to make a difference.
To be able to invest in a program that provides youth hope and that's well run and has an impact on an unbiased measure, I think is pretty compelling for anyone.
It's become a premier organization in terms of results. Not all organizations know how to actually help kids achieve at school or become good citizens or get post-secondary training and actually get into the workforce. And that's what Three Rivers Youth is doing, and they're doing it better than others.
Seeing how much they believe in what they're doing, and then taking a step back and seeing the results that they're getting, it really is a special place.
They hold the future of this country in their hands. But you have to remember, they produce. And they are becoming the parents of the children who have to run this country. And they're prolific. And if we don't work to help support them now and to prevent some of these things, we'll be in trouble.